I've been scrolling around and I've came upon this. Thinking about how 2 years ago I made a video criticizing Hoyoverse's racist designs in Sumeru and people commented to wait for Natlin. Okay, I waited. Now what? As we've seen from the Natlin trailer, the lolly was white, the bro was white, I think the girl was a little light-skinned. This is the video. Representation in Genshin. Let's talk. Hoyoverse apparently is racist. Let's see.
I have like a discussion planned out today. I've scoured Twitter to find tweets like relating to the discussion about Sumeru and representation of Sumeru that don't mention leaks. So we're making this happen. So,
okay.
For context, on this little Sumeru discussion, right? On this little Sumeru discussion.
Sumeru is based on the Arab culture and Indian culture. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. And in the Arab culture, a lot of people are actually whitish. We're not like a black. Like it's like me. I'm Arab. Clearly, I'm a little brownish, but like I'm not white, but I'm not black. You know what I mean? So Arabs fit like in the middle, and maybe because they're in the middle, they was like, nah, fuck it. Just make them white. And a lot of Arab people are actually pretty white. There's some genetic lines that are pretty white. I think everything that was a part of the Persian Empire might be wrong. Maybe Indians are brownish, not as white as the characters. Yeah, exactly. But they could have done that, but I guess they just decided not to. I don't know. But they opted for whites, and I think Sumeru fits more Arab than Indian, in my opinion. Hence the names, etc. So if it's following the Arab trend, yeah, I think they can get away with white 100%. Like a lot of Arab people are actually white.
I think it is important to give my background and like where I'm coming from. If you can't tell, I'm brown. Yeah, I'm brown. I was born in
Yeah, we can see that.
Nepal.
Nepal.
Came to the United States when I was very young, and I have lived most of my life in a very predominantly white setting. And now I attend Yale, which is also like a PWI. It's a predominantly white institution. I've been a brown girl surrounded by white people my entire life, and that is kind of my background on just like race and like where I'm coming from in this discussion. Nepali queen, yo, Nepal represents. I'm going to limit the way I'm approaching this conversation with what we got to see in the little Sumeru sneak peek in the last live stream. So that little scene of NPCs, right? I looked real close. I didn't see a single one with tan or dark skin at all.
Yeah, if I go to Morocco right now, which is an Arab country, a lot of people are whitish than they are darkish. It's the way it is. Even in Saudi Arabia, yeah, see, the women are whitish, a little brownish. That's the prince, I think. Whitish, more whitish. A little bit of kiddos, whitish, more whitish. It's just the way it is, man, because it's based on that.
So that is kind of like the basis with which I'm having this.
Some Indians are white too. Really? That's crazy.
With tan or dark skin at all. So that is kind of like the basis with which I'm having this discussion. And kind of just talking about like racism in the Genshin community in general. Here's where I'm coming from.
Okay, it's not the Genshin community. I think you want to be specific about it was Hoyoverse. Okay, it's Hoyoverse that's been a little, not too kind to, people with different skin colors.
Right? As a South Asian person, I know that Sumeru takes a lot of inspiration from Middle Eastern culture and South Asian culture. It's like kind of like a mix of the two in some way, which is like a whole other topic on its own. But the point is that they're using these cultures like as inspiration. They're taking very much so from the culture in order to create this game, which I think is pretty cool. I love the fact that Genshin is like exploring like all these different countries through these fictional regions, showing off different cultures, showing off different people and ethnicities. I thought that concept was really cool. But like when I started playing Genshin and figured out how like the different nations in Genshin worked in Teyvat, I love that aspect. I think it really like makes you feel like a traveler. I love that so much.
Okay.
But I do think that if a company is taking from cultures, I think that they have a responsibility to do well by the people that they are taking that culture from.
Okay, so that's my people. My Arab people in the chat, rise up. Are they doing things right by us? We're about to find out, man. I'm about to tell you exactly how we feel about this. Let's see.
By the people that they are taking that culture from. And I do not feel that based on what I've seen so far that Hoyoverse has done that, and that's kind of where I'm coming from. They did so good with Genshin showcasing Chinese cultures, and I hope they do the same for Sumeru. That's the thing. They put so much effort into showcasing Chinese culture in Liyue, and that was so wonderful. Like
because it's a Chinese company and they have the CCP on their ass. Yes, they're gonna do that. What do you think? And China has a problem with Muslims. Yeah, they're gonna do that.
Being able to see Yinjin and like her song and like being introduced to Chinese opera, like they obviously put a lot of care into showcasing their culture in a way that like really shine a positive light on it to an international audience. So for them to completely disregard that type of effort when it comes to cultures with black and brown people, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. There was like a little bit of backlash.
I do feel like we had enough brown people, like the guys you find, you fight, the guys in the desert, Daya, around Daya and people in the desert, Eremites, Eremites. Well, those are brown skinned. I don't think I've seen a white skinned character there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Most of them were pretty much brown skinned. Why does race representation in game matters? Well, for games like Hoyoverse, it kind of matters, especially if you're making it all about the culture, which is what she's saying too. If it's all about you representing the culture and how it should be, you kind of want to get all your facts right. And yeah, people in the desert are dark-skinned, 100%, they're black. Even, say, for me, in my genetic line, what I've noticed is that because people spend a lot of time in the field, a lot of people have like those brown, burnt-out faces because of the sun, right? That's why like my suntan is very strong. Like when I actually do get a tan, like bro, I look brown as fuck.
People were criticizing Hoyoverse for not having POC and like Mondstadt, Inazuma, and Liyue, and I think to some extent I was like, okay, you know what? If you're basing like these Genshin nations off of countries that do have some type of like common ethnicity that's not black or brown people, okay, like it does make sense to an extent. But now that they are creating nations based on like real places that do have brown people, like why are they not there now? I think that there's this weird counter argument that like racism, why are they not there now?
I need y'all to stop calling people who happen to live outside of the US. They know what racism is, and they know what queerphobia is. They know what anti-Semitism is. Stop treating them like children who don't understand anything. It's so frustrating to see y'all defending anti-blackness because the perpetrator is foreign. I'm tired of y'all infantilizing people whose first language isn't English. Y'all, that you're not helping them by doing that shit. In a lot of languages, there's a slur of derogatory term to black people, so they obviously know what anti-blackness is. That is true. I agree with this statement. That is true. There is even from where I come from, there's a term that's kind of like is used to say he's black. It's also like the way people say it, like the tone they use it in. People can get very condescending towards black people, 100%.
I think that there's this weird counter argument that like racism and like forced diversity is like a very Western thing. I don't know where that's coming from, because as someone who's born in Asia, colorism is a very, very ingrained part of many Asian cultures, and that's like that's not an acceptable reason for it to exist there. And I think that we shouldn't treat something being common as it being acceptable. Hoyoverse is a Chinese company.
No, I'm not saying it's acceptable. I'm just saying like it's there. Understand that it's there. Don't sit here and pretend like it doesn't exist. No, it's there. That's it.
Unlike
it's not, that doesn't mean it's okay.
Hoyoverse is a Chinese company. Unlike Americans, people in Asia don't get offended over shit like this.
Because they're pretty vocal about the people have to be as, clear-skinned, white-skinned as possible, because that's a beauty measurement in the Asian culture. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. The whiter you are, the smoother the skin, all that good shit, the more culturally beautiful you are. Culturally, beauty's in the eye of the beholder ultimately. And for me personally, I like browner skin as a preference, but I'm still okay with the rest of the shit. But in the Asian culture, what I've seen is you gotta be as white as shit. You gotta be as white as a fucking egg. There's so many beauty standards. True. Yeah, exactly. I do feel like I'm not crazy for that take.
Don't make a fuss. You people referring to Westerners are the ones that make an issue, and in your ignorance actually end up offending people of that culture. Not every country is America, for fuck's sake.
So why do brown characters do exist in the game, and why are they not meta relevant? Daya was done on purpose bad. Like, how the fuck did you ruin Daya? I can't even use vaporize. Jesus Christ. No, that is done on purpose. There is some discrepancies which we will get into.
It's like the whole issue with the Ayato outfit before and now assuming every Arab has dark skin. It's kind of sickening.
It's kind of sickening the level people go through to tell you people of said culture that you're wrong because of their Arab fetishization and ignorance. Huh?
Ignorance, so gross, dude. Y'all, the amount that we have to unpack here. First of all, people in Asia don't get offended over shit like this. I was born in Asia. I am offended that they're taking from my culture and not representing the people who created it. Even like beyond an individualistic scale.
Type 1 if you actually give a shit about them representing your culture precisely and very faithfully. Type 2 if you're like, okay, we get it. It's there. It's cool. Whatever. whatever. Is it a good video game? Is it a good fucking video game? Can I enjoy this shit? Good. Yeah, we can. Okay, fuck it. I don't give a shit. Yeah, it ain't that deep. Yeah, we don't give a shit. It's there. I see that it has some of my culture there. It's always fun to see. It doesn't have to be precise and down to a T in representation of it. Like, it doesn't matter.
Those of you who are familiar with like face bleaching creams, I would say like one of the most like obvious products of colorism in Asia. Basically, they're just like creams with like very like harmful products. Bleach your skin, lighten your skin in order to appear whiter and more beautiful by Asian standards. It's very common in South Asia, in Nepal, where I'm from, in China. I believe like 2002, there was like this huge like outbreak in Hong Kong because people were using these creams that had like the toxic levels of mercury in it, and it was like actually like causing illness in people, but it was like the price of being beautiful.
Zajef is in the chat again? How the fuck did you manage that? Bro, we just seen you yesterday in the current drama. This shit is a year ago. This shit came out 2 years ago. How the fuck are you in the chat again?
Beautiful. To say that like this has no real world effect, it has. It's been shown for years and years, whether it's through like violence against like people of color or just like dangerous acts like that in the hopes of being whiter and being more beautiful. Like this makes an impact in the real world. And obviously like Genshin Impact on its own is not like the biggest perpetrator of this, but it is kind of perpetrating that by not having people of color in it. It's okay to be racist.
It's just that they have to respect the Chinese culture and the Asian standards because they're a Chinese company backed by the CCP. They have to blame China. Just blame China. Blame China, dude. I don't think it's that deep, dude. They've been pretty clear about that. Like, it's obvious that what they really care about is what China does and what China thinks. Always.
Make me feel bad about my racism. You're insulting my culture. No, you're so right for that. I'm Nepali, right? South Asians, as a culture, we have so much progress to make in terms of like addressing colorism within our own community. There's a lot of anti-blackness within the South Asian community. That is a problem. And just because it is a problem that's rampant within our community doesn't make it okay. It's not racist to like criticize that. Another thing that I saw in response, this like, dear customer, please learn the difference between fantasy and reality. Yours faithfully, Mondstadt General Goods. And this was posted in response to basically the argument is like, oh, this is like a fantasy game. It doesn't need to represent real people or like real ethnicities or cultures.
Because it is.
Here's my question. Why is your fantasy a world without dark-skinned people? Why is that your fantasy world?
Because it's Asian culture and we're trying to sell these virtual pixels. This is a commodity that we want to sell. Okay, I'm a company. I'm making a product. Do I want to make a product that probably isn't going to make me the most money? Or do I want to make a product that's probably going to be a sure hit? I just got to make sure the details are okay. I think the choice is obvious. That's why you rarely see light-skinned characters made as 5 stars or even 4 stars, etc. Like, they're very, very scarce for good reason. Because them bitches don't sell well because of the culture that people have. And bro, it's not a secret that being more white and having a clearer skin makes you more attractive in a shit ton of cultures. I don't think it's limited to just Asia. For the people that are outside of Asia, type 1 if your culture also appreciates, have the beauty standard of being white equals more pretty. Type 2 if you're like, nah, we just don't give a fuck. Don't cap. Don't cap. Just be as honest as possible.
She did say Asians prefer white-skinned over dark-skinned, so why would the game have dark-skinned characters if white-skinned ones are more attractive?
Exactly.
TLDR, I'm a Malaysian Chinese. Even I'm also a Chinese. I got slurs from Chinese who work here. It's so dumb when the fact that I'm just a bit and I got called out by this one thick China accent Chinese dude saying my Mandarin spoken is bad and English is spoken better. I'm like, shut your...
That's kind of fucked up, Liu, but yeah, it goes to show exactly what we're saying. It's like Chinese, they just don't take candy to that shit.
Is that not by definition like white supremacy?
No, it's just
I'm Asian, and all we want are results.
True. That's just very, very bad. What do you mean white supremacy? No. Okay, it's Chinese supremacy then. It's Asian supremacy. It's not white supremacy, it's Asian supremacy. You're taking it from an American standpoint. No, this is Asian supremacy. To be more specific, China supremacy. This is that we're clear.
Also a little side note, but I'm tired of people saying...
I don't see white motherfuckers making this game. Is Dawei white? Is the people with Dawei in live streams white? No, they're not. No, they're not. What is she saying? Check this out. What's that? Why isn't there any black character in Natlan? Hoyo versus racist. China, hold my beer. Here we go. As an example, this is Star Wars. There's this guy right here. In the Chinese version, in the posters, look at how shrunk down he is. You can see him, but not as, on frame as here. Black Panther is even worse. This is Black Panther. We have the legend himself, God rest his soul, right here. And here they had to have a mask. Yeah, it's a China problem, not a white people problem. Not white people ain't making the shit. They don't they don't have a hand in it. It's China. China number one.
That us bringing up skin tone and diversity are political topics. Can I just say, like, my existence, like me being brown and existing is not a political statement. Like, I just exist. And I think that a character being brown is not a political statement. Brown people just exist. At the end of the day, nothing about this
But
is
you saying that they're not there is you saying that they're making a political statement as white supremacy. She's projecting, I think so. That's kind of an L here, ma'am.
political. Not acknowledging that brown people exist and like actively like
There are some in the game. What are you talking about? Okay, here we go. There are Sino, Brown, Dea, Brown. Typically 5 stars, you'll see that they're not very existent. I think we had 2, literally 2, because that's just how bad Asia ain't gonna buy that shit. We got our girl Chinian right here. Sethos, this guy is new. We have Candace. Oh my god, Candace is so fucking hot. Like, it's such a letdown. Like, Candace is insane. Bro, like, if I'm gonna have a smash tier list, she may be number 1. Like, bro, she is so fine. She is so fucking fine. But yeah, they exist. It's just that they're very, very, very scarce for good reason, because they're trying to sell these things, and they understand that the wider they are, the more they respect their target demographic, they're probably gonna make more money. That's just the way it is. All right, but that doesn't mean they're not don't exist, because that's what you said.
putting them in areas where it makes sense to represent them. That's just like racism. There's like no other way to say it. Also,
No, it's just a monopoly to sell product. It's not that deep.
to like the pale Middle Eastern and South Asians who say like, we exist, we
Hashtag Samira and all new Genshin leaks just prove how racist these Genshitters are. Fully expecting the characters to all be dark and darkening the characters, it's so fucked. It's all a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers, which is the N-word. We're not all dark skins. Pale Arabs exist. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'm pale, I guess. Highly related meme. Black representation defeats the point of a perfect world. Anime is supposed to be a perfect world to escape to. Adding black people to that world kind of defeats the point. Screenshot rewards for... What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Why is Deku looking like this? This looks like some shit from the Boondocks. What the fuck?
we know you exist because that's the only representation we're being given. It's only pale people. Something
Google, you don't have to take a video game at face value to know how the fuck we look like. I just literally earlier typed Saudi Arabia people, which is what's big in the Middle East, and you can see. You don't need a video game for that shit. Genshin does just disrespect the whole religion of the Muslims. They don't care. They took the culture, they've installed a little bit of it. Yes, you're in Arabia, okay? But what matters here is the following. Well, Hoyoverse takes the culture, they slap it. The way they portray the characters still kind of fits what's happening in the Middle East, okay? We have a lot of whitish, more so than darkish facts. The issue is they're trying to sell these things. That's always going to be the thing.
China banned Google. They probably don't know actual dark-skinned human exist, lol.
Well, that's because that's China's shit. I'm not gonna sit here and try to apply what the fuck is happening to China to the rest of the planet. She's talking in the Western culture. That's what we're basing things on.
the stuff I've seen recently, y'all. It's like a lot. Hang on, let me show you. There's this one people saying the Sumeru characters are pale because they live in a rainforest is so fucking funny to me. Like, do the fucking trees suck up their melanin via photosynthesis? Like, what the hell do you mean? Like, some people are saying that, oh, because Sumeru takes place in like the rainforest, like they're not like getting sun, so that's why they're not tanning. I'm like, how do you think that brown people work? Like, the sun isn't, do they realize that we were born brown? Like, it's not the sun that like tans us permanently.
The sun must have played a role maybe in history and biologically, I don't fucking know. But I know one thing, my ancestors come from the fields. We work on the fields. My grandpa worked on the field, my dad works on the field sometimes now. If I stay out in the sun for too long, I look like a brown fucking person. You know what, we could even make an experiment. I'm gonna start catching some more sunlight just so that I can look as brown as you. Suntan is a thing, makes you brownish. Hey man, you know what? Here we go. This is the ultimate suntan. This is obviously an extreme example, but yeah, the sun makes you darker. Girl got burnt pretty much. Yeah, the sun makes you browner. Yeah, that's a fact.
I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy. I know that a lot of people are saying like, oh, because like Hoyoverse is a company, like their thing is to make money, right? Like they're like.
Oh, here she goes. She heard us. She heard us. Okay, let's see what she has to say here.
Why should they care? I like to point you all to a concept I call, or not I call, business ethics and corporate responsibility. Y'all, even gas companies have some standard of ethics that they're supposed to maintain, some standard of like having to protect the environment in some way.
Yeah, but that's why they give you from time to time a dark skinned characters like they Sino, all that shit. Now they gave you Setos. That's why they do that from time to time. Just like these companies do damage control from time to time. Not all the time. It's like sometimes when they do, it's like, oh, look at us, we're doing it, right? But yeah, they don't care. For some you should check out long haul truck drivers. Oh yeah, truck drivers. Yeah, truck drivers are always have tan, burnt skin, fucking suntans. Like, it's crazy.
As a company that is profiting off of people, they do have a responsibility to respect that culture and the people that they're taking it from. Not the free game can't complain argument.
Arab people typically prefer whiter skin. That's a fact. They do. From what I've seen personally from my culture, they prefer whiter skin. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. And if you're gonna ask the higher up Arabs, they're probably gonna say, yeah, just make them white. Like, who gives a fuck?
No, that's literally crazy. Like, it's like a company that derives its money from the people. I think that the very base minimum that they can do is represent the people that they are profiting off of. I understand in a capitalist world, the company wants money. They think that this is the best way that they can get money.
Yeah.
However, like every company is held to some standard of business ethics and corporate social responsibility. And I think that by not representing the characters and cultures that they are taking from, that they're doing themselves a big disservice in the long run.
Sethos and, fucking Dea and stuff. Yeah, they already did that. Company isn't required to make you feel better about yourself. Company makes products. If you like, buy. If you don't like, don't buy. Exactly. Simple as that. And that applies only to America.
Correctly, they released a total of 14 characters in Sumero and 5 of them were dark-skinned, which is pretty fair emo.
Yeah, exactly. It is pretty fair. Unfortunately, it is the way it is.
Just because this game is Chinese doesn't like free it from responsibility to the culture.
It does. Okay, look, Chinese games, Chinese companies can get away with copyright striking. They can literally make a clone of a game, like copy paste. It's like, you know that meme? Oh, you're gonna copy my homework? I'll just change it up a little bit. Oh, of course. And it's like the exact same shit. Literally. Things work very different in China. You're basing Western reality with Chinese reality. Going to China is like you're going to a whole new dimension. Like, it plays very differently than the rest of the planet. Trust. Like, for example, how many mobile games look the same there? Yeah, exactly. China is, bro, they don't give a fuck. It's a whole different ball game than the rest of the planet. China is very, very different, and we all know that, and hey, it is what it is. Oh shit, it's Zajef again. What do you mean representation matters? I've never felt the need to be represented. I don't know if he's joking, but it kind of makes sense. There isn't a best business rationale behind it. Yes, there is. What the fuck are you talking about? This game is made to make money. It's not here to, like, really respect every culture and show it's a fucking documentary. What the fuck are you talking about? Who is this guy?
They did. Hoyoverse, they literally rebranded from MiHoYo to Hoyoverse to reach a more international audience. If you have an international
it was in a time where, MCU, dumb shit, all that. Multiverse shit was really popping off. And they was like, fuck it. Let's just call ourselves the Hoyoverse. And because our plan is to make different games and stuff like that, they're all in the same universe. It's just in a multiverse. It would make a lot of sense for us to be Hoyoverse. And if we're gonna go by that, why are they still called MiHoYo in China still? It's because, yeah, they did it for international shit because it was more popular at the time where they changed it, in my opinion.
Audience, if you're profiting off of an international audience, if you're taking culture and practices and design elements from an international audience, you have a responsibility to that audience. This is more about
I'll keep saying it. Yeah, they gave you some characters here and there. It's a little bit.
Genshin fanbase and community. Trigger warning that this is like racist imagery and blackface. This was posted. I saw this. My blood was boiling on. My blood was actually
we can't
boiling.
see it.
Someone thought that this was an okay
Blackface caricature of Dendro Archon. I don't feel comfortable showing racist imagery on my channel, but it's easy to find on Twitter if you want to see it for yourself. I don't think I want to see it.
Image to make literal blackface. This is actually like such racist caricature. Someone had to go out of their way to make this. I don't know in what fucking universe that someone in the Genshin community thought that this was okay. Again, I would like to take that off my screen because I was so disturbed and disgusted when I saw that. But the fact is, like, I think that this issue is bringing up like this rampant racism in the Genshin Impact community that had been hidden or disguised. People were like waiting on the chance to create that type of thing. I don't even have words.
I think by the Genshin community, you mean Twitter dumbfucks, which aren't really the Genshin community. They're pretty vocal, but most of the Genshin community don't give a flying fuck. They just want playable characters that are good. Some care about meta, some care about how big their boobs are, some care about can they date that character, and that's it.
It's to like describe how vile and disgusting that is. I think that like as a community we have a lot to address. They thought people would agree with them, but the thing is people do agree with them. It's not just that they think that, oh,
On Twitter.
like it's fine, like it doesn't matter that there aren't like brown people in this game. It's literally racism. Like there's no other way to sugarcoat it or any way.
Again, it's not. It's a cultural thing in China because the CCP is a thing and is on Hoyo's ass. That's a fact, okay?
Around it. There are people in our community who actually think like that. I think one big thing that I've also been seeing is people who say, why does this matter? It's just a game. It's not reality. It's a fantasy world. And this is mostly coming from like my own perspective as like a brown person growing up in a primarily like white community my entire life. So this is like a comment I got on a TikTok I made of myself in a Shenhe cosplay a while ago. This actually made me so happy. I assume they were a kid. They were tagging their friend in this cosplay video I made and it's like saying, see, there are brown Genshin cosplayers. And then the other day I got this comment on like a YouTube short saying, hi, I want to say you're so pretty and I hope to see a character based on physical features like you in game. I think it's so cool, especially now that we're close to the Sumeru update. Like, I am almost certain that these are kids that are into media like Genshin and they're into anime and they're into, you know, consuming the same media that everyone else does. It brings them so much joy to see people who look like them, whether they are content creators, whether they're actors in shows that they like, or characters in the games that they like. It makes a difference. Like, I don't know how people can think that
What does that have to do with anything? Am I missing something? So what? Like, there's still Google, there's still Encyclopedia. Genshin isn't their only gateway to knowing other cultures. If I saw characters representing my culture, I wouldn't give a shit. Yeah, this makes no sense. Yeah, it's like, bro, why are we sitting here acting like only Genshin can be the representation to other cultures? Yeah, it would help if they would, but they're not gonna because Chinese culture. Simple.
Representation doesn't matter. And I think that it's like a situation in that light-skinned people, they've been represented in media for a while and very, very well. But I will say, like, as a South Asian person, in recent years, I finally started seeing an influx of brown characters on TV, like in games and things. It means so much to the player and they just don't know it. I think that media companies like have a responsibility to this now, especially like it is 2022. They make so much money off of an international audience. I think that this is like the baseline that we should expect.
Nah, China has been pretty vocal. They want to take over the world. They want the world to change to them, not the other way around. It's probably not gonna happen, dude. Unless they do something very crazy and racist and shit. Nah, they want the world to be part of them. They don't want to be part of the world. China number one. Yeah, China number one. Okay?
You know, I'm very disappointed because I really, really love Genshin Impact. Like, this game has meant so much to me for so long. It's brought me a lot of joy. I'm going to continue playing it. However, I will do everything that I can personally to hopefully like engender change, which is not spending any money until I do see proper representation in the game. And also,
you shouldn't spend money in the game, period. Oh, I'm not gonna spend because it's not culturally accurate. Okay, sure. I do feel like you're missing the ball here, bro. Like, it's just don't spend because the game is kind of ass, though. Oh, I ain't spending because I don't see enough brown people in my game. Imagine someone white saying, oh, I don't see enough white characters in this game. I'm not spending. That doesn't come out right? Bro, what's no? So you have a problem with people being white. Isn't that you being racist towards white people? I'm kind of playing there. Giving Hoyoverse feedback directly App Store reviews. Yeah, that didn't go anywhere, unfortunately.
There is an email template if you would like to share your voice to me, Hoyo. Email them directly.
They don't give a fuck, especially the Genshin department. They don't give a fuck. And as it was 2 years ago, and it was 2 years since then, and yeah, they don't care. They're gonna keep doing what they do.
The update hasn't come out yet. We have yet to see more previews. This first preview that we saw was very limited. I do hope to see better. I hope to see better. As a fellow Genshin player, I am just like frustrated as well. Like, there's like a lack of things that I can do to change things. Like,
as a fellow Genshin user, as a fellow ex-Genshin user that I wanted to actually, keep enjoying the game until Sneznaya and shit, I definitely can say that it wasn't the representation of my own people in the game that got me off the game. It was definitely how the devs didn't give us enough rewards and that the game loop and the game product itself is kind of trash that got me off the game, because that's what ultimately matters in a fucking video game. True and precise representation shouldn't be a concern to me as a player while playing a video game, because ultimately I'm here to enjoy myself, to have fun. I understand that it's fiction and not reality, even though it's trying to depict and give certain things of reality and put them in the game. They don't have to be precise for me to enjoy it. Ultimately, what matters is the fucking video game and the gameplay.
I'm just kind of expressing my opinion because I feel like there are pretty few creators talking about this.
Oh, we're gonna talk about this because you brought it up. Yeah, because she brought it up. This is recent, July 5th. This is recent. This is what got me seeing this. Thinking about 2 years ago, made a video about criticizing Hoyoverse racist designs. So many people commented which for Nathan. Okay, I waited. Now what? Well, it should have been an indicator to you that they don't change shit anyway. They just don't do it. So why bring it up anyway?
Criticizing any creators for not talking about it, because one, I think that a lot of it has to do with leak content, which I'm trying my hardest to avoid. Like, I'm walking on eggshells right now. People whose livelihoods are associated with Hoyoverse and their partnership with them, I think it makes sense for them not to risk criticizing.
Of course.
And this on a light note.
Except you're Zajev. I mean, Zajev was in the fucking chat. Good chat, Zajev.
Let's end this on a lighter note before we actually start playing some Genshins. I thought this TikTok was so funny. Sumeru characters, to be honest.
This is inaccurate. I'm a Sumerian character. I'm Arab. I'm pretty accurate Sumerian character. This is very inaccurate. But I guess if you want to joke about it, sure. Which I find very offensive.
ELS follow and sub to Daisy on YouTube. Dollop 1 heart.
She can't do push-ups because she has big titties. We all know that's how it goes, man. If you have big titties, you can't do push-ups. Unfortunately, it just comes with the territory. What do you guys think? Do you think they're never gonna change? China be China. They're gonna keep selling these products. They don't have to care about Western cultures and how they deem the representation of a culture should be. Or do you think, yeah, no, Hoyoverse should change that? I mean, it would be a perfect world if they would. I wouldn't mind that happening, but realistically speaking, they won't. Shit won't. Hey, I'm not against if it were. But it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. All right. We'll see you on the next one. See ya. Like, comment, subscribe.